Good morning, friends. I welcome you here on my new course, Project-Based Learning. This course belongs to 5th semester in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad. This is for all the branches. Today I am starting this course and hope this will be quite useful and quite good for all the learners adopt the new teaching and learning methods, and one of the method is project-based learning. So today I am going to take the introduction about project-based learning. I am Dr. Dwivedi, professor from Department of Aeronautical Engineering, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad, India. In today's lecture, these are the topics which I am going to discuss. First is the definition of the project-based learning, then need of project-based learning, what are the skills which are required in 21st century, then advantages of project-based learning, elements of project-based learning, and the phases of the project-based learning. This I am going to discuss in today's lecture. So, project-based learning. So, I will start with a quote which is from the Lord Gautam Buddha. An idea that is developed and put into action is more important than an idea that exists only as an idea. Very important thought. More than 2,400 years of back, India was having such type of thoughts. The India in that time, 400 BC and before, it was great, and India was having lot of educational knowledge and skill. India was having more than 11 universities where the people of the world, they used to come and they used to learn. Now the India is in quite behind in the international arena of education. And why we lack? Because we are not able to put idea into practice. So any country can develop when their ideas are put into practice by the research, by collaborative partnership among all the people, all the stakeholders of the society. Once we talk about the stakeholder, so stakeholder is first college, then teachers, then student, then parents, then alumni. These all forms the stakeholders of any education system. So an idea that is developed and put into action is more important than idea that exists only as an idea. So idea in a raw form is not good. As of now, we have very much conventional system of teaching where teacher will come and he will or she will write something or explain something, and she will come out. This type of learning is not much effective. Only 10 to 15% or maximum 20% effectiveness of this type of learning is there. So we have to develop some idea, and this idea has to be made a product. The idea should be shown to the society. This idea should be useful for the common people of the country or the world. then only that idea is useful. So this was a very old, our Lord Gautam Buddha has given this quote very long back, I think from now 2004 years back. The aim of this project-based learning is to enhance the skill of the students, and these students in due course of time will be the asset for the country and for the whole world. As the students are more and more skills, that much their production, the productivity of the society and the community is increased. So I am going to just discuss about the PBL. So what is the PBL? An innovative model for learning. So this PBL is what? It is innovative model for the learning. So PBL is the innovative method for students learning to find solution for the real world problem. So what is the meaning? So it is the innovative method. It is the innovative method for students learning to find solution. They should find the solution of the real world problem, not only book knowledge. This book knowledge to be implemented to solve the real problem of the society. Okay, that is the objective of this project-based learning. Now, before I go for the project-based learning and why we required, before I go for the need of the this PBL course, first we should understand what type of understanding or what type of the cognitive level of the student is required. If you can see here, we have a pyramid shape. In this pyramid shape, we have the first, here is the second, this is the third, this is the fourth, this is the fifth, and this is the sixth level. And this is the top level. The highest level of learning is creating, and the lowest is the remembering. So I will go one by one and then I will go further for the project-based learning. So first one is the remembering. If you see here, if you have here 100 people or 100 students, more number of the remembering. Then after that, understanding. Then apply. Then analyze. Then evaluate. And last is the create. So if you see here, this area is very, very less comparing to this area. So the creating level, it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of understanding, a lot of skill development. And so normally we are in this zone, mostly we are in this zone. Our conventional learning, which normally we take in our classes, inside the class we are only remembering and understanding the things, or sometimes we can go up to here, half of the applying, not the full also. But this level and this level need the further enhancing of the method of teaching and learning. So the remembering, it is recalling relevant knowledge from the long-term memory, like Newton's law. What is the third law? You memorize and just you recite it. That is the remembering. Or you just memorize it and write in the paper. So that is the remembering. And if you understand, means how making sense of the material you have learned. Means if you know the Newton's law, how this can be understand, where it can be used, and how it can be understand. So sense of material you have learned, making sense by your own words you are able to explain. That is not only word to word, But that one sentence you elaborate it and describe it nicely. That is called the understanding. Third level is the applying. Use the knowledge gained in new ways. So you have learned one law, Boyle's law and Charles' law, and by this, how the engines are made, how the refrigeration and air conditioning is made, or like this, how aircraft is flying by use of Newton's second law and the third law, how the rocket is flying, and how a new way you can make it so that in place of going in this direction, you can change this direction, or you can reduce the fuel consumption, or you can do some new modification. Knowledge gained in a new way means it is existing way is not the knowledge, or it is not the applying. You should apply in a new way so that some new advantages you can get it. The fourth level is analyzing, breaking the concept into parts and understanding how each part is related to one another. So you have understand, you remember, you have understand, you have applied, but now you have to analyze. Like if your missile is flying like this, how it will behave. If you change the fin, how the stability will be varying. What condition you make that its lift is increased, drag is reduced, or the aerodynamic performance L by D is increased. So it is called the analyzing. Then evaluating. After analysis of the work, then you evaluate it at what condition you are getting the best result. And in this angle of attack, if you fly, you will get the best lift by drag ratio. That I want for my better economical way and for a better environmental. If the fuel consumption is reduced, then the economy and the environmental is also saved. We can save the money, we can save the environment also if the fuel consumption is reduced. So this part will be in evaluating. After doing all the things, you create a new model. It is not the existing. By these steps, remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing and evaluating, you will get some idea. If you apply that idea and you make some new model which is not existing and which gives a better performance, better fuel consumption, it can go more distance, it can fly for a long time, it can do different maneuvers if it is aircraft, it can be applied for engine, for electricity or for computer science, for all the branches. Since I am aeronautical, so I am giving the example of aeronautics. But this can be used for any type of making app. In this app you have some new things. Like this you can develop and you can create the things. So creation is the objective of any of our society. Whether we are able to create or not, that is the very important. And the focus of this project-based learning is to reach up to creating level. And this will come very slowly. And in the classroom, it is very difficult to reach up to the creating level. So I am talking about the need of project-based learning, or why we require. So the PBL helps students develop skills for living in a knowledge-based, highly technological society. So it helps to develop skills. So the PBL makes that the skill of the students, different types of skills, which I am going to discuss in next slides. So the main objective is to develop the skill for living in a knowledge-based, highly technological society. Nowadays, if you see, every day some new technology comes. Every 1 year, the generation of technology is changed. Now we are in the 4G, then 5G, then 6G. Already work has already started. Slowly we are going to reach in 5G. In India also we are going to install the 5G communication system. Our speed of the software, speed of the computer is going to increase very fast. So like this, in all the field, new technologies are developing, and this will further develop if we implement the project-based learning for the students, and they should develop the new skills. Next is the old school model of passively learning facts and reciting them out of context is no longer sufficient to prepare students to survive in today's world. Okay, so you know that in India we have very less competent engineers, and we have seen that the employability of our engineering students is nearly 10%. So remaining 85% to 90% are not employable because they don't have the skill. In fact, the skill should come from the school level. In our new education policy, this system of developing the skill is enhanced. Every student has to learn the coding, and hope this new education policy will be very useful for the students and the new generation which will come after 5 years or 10 years. They will be much better skilled than the present which we are running nowadays. So the old school model of teaching in the board and just mugging it and writing the exam in the paper and just passing the exam is not good, and we are not able to make a good engineer. So they are not able to survive because they don't have the skill. Solving highly complex problem requires that a student have both fundamental skills. So if the students are able to solve a complex problem, they need two things. First, what we are doing now in the board we are teaching, that is also required, but that is called the fundamental skills. Reading, writing and math work, that is called the fundamental skill, which we are doing in a conventional way. And we also need 21st century skills. So what are the 21st century skills? I will discuss in detail in the next few slides. In this we have the teamwork. Means students have to learn in the class, also out of the class, with the multidisciplinary. All the branches students should cooperate and they should make a team to solve the problem. Okay, so teamwork, problem solving, research gathering. Students should, and also faculty. It is not the PBL is not only for the student, this is also for the faculty also. Faculty also has to learn how to make the teamwork with the student, and faculty should be also part of the teamwork. Problem solving. Faculty has to assist them for the problem solving. Student has to take the problem by their own. Research gathering, they have to gather, they have to discuss in due course of time, seminars like this. Then time management, also they have to develop information synthesizing, how to get the information and how to make sure that this information is correct and useful for our project. Utilizing high technological tools which are available in the present system. These all things are called the 21st century skills. Now with this combination of skills means fundamental skills and the new skills, that is called 21st century skills. If you combine them, students become director and manager of their own learning process. So that is the advantage. If you are making sure that the fundamental skill and the skill which are the modern skills for the technological development, for the teamwork, for the problem solving, this work will make sure that the students are self-directed. They are feeling that, yeah, I am the person who has made this thing. I am the person who is able to solve this problem. A lot of confidence will develop, and further they can enhance. They will feel that they are the manager of this project and they are able to solve this issue. So, of their learning process, guided and mentored by the students, by a skilled teacher. Teacher should be skilled. That is why in India we have a lot of problems for the teacher also. Our teachers are not up to that level where they can mentor the student, because they have also not gone in that process. So every teacher has to develop the skill, have to develop the thought process, how to find the problem and how to go step by step for the solution and how to do these all things. I am trying to make that this course will try to enhance this type of skill, not only for the student, but also teacher will get the benefit out of this. So just now I have discussed about the 21st century skills, and what are those skills? I have given some name there, but further discussion I am going in this topics. So here, personal and social responsibility. What happened in India, we are not discussing about the personal issues during education. Personal ethics, personal character. In schools and the college, the characters also to be developed. The ethical values also to be developed. But I don't see that nowadays we don't have any such type of curriculum. So this project-based learning will help to develop the personal ethics, personal characters, personal skills, and the social responsibilities. What is the social responsibility of each and every engineers or the students which are learning the thoughts? So we have to understand that we are the citizen and our responsibility is there to make sure that our countrymen, our neighbors, our village people are getting benefit of the knowledge of the students which we get from the college. We should be also having the skills to planning, how to plan the thing. Critical thinking, we have to develop the critical thinking of any problem and how to solve. Then we should have the proper reasoning and the creativity. You know this, I told you that creativity is very important. It is not only engineers, for arts, for science, for commerce, for literature, for any other area, agriculture, geology, botany, chemistry, physics, everywhere the creativity is very much essential. We should also to develop a strong communication skills so that this PBL will make sure that students are able to develop the communication skill. They should have the group discussion. The group discussion has to be done in the class. Also, inter-section, also interdepartmental competition should be there. Some arrangement should be there so that students should be able to show their skills in front of the judges, in front of the faculties, in front of all other students, both for interpersonal and the presentation needs. Not only this thing, there should be interpersonal, how to behave with different type of people and how they should present their work with the gathering. Cross-cultural understanding. We should also different types of the culture. We should develop this type of skill that one from North Indian, South Indian, West Indian, East Indian, all has to work together and they should develop their understanding that what type of culture they are living. Don't hate, because if you understand the culture of each one, every culture is very good. But because we don't know, so we say that it is not good, it is not good. Every culture is excellent. No culture is bad. But because we don't know, and we will say that no, he is not good or they are not good, they are behaving like this, behaving okay like this. So always you feel that every culture is very good because we are not understanding the others' culture, others' tradition, others' way of living. We feel that no, he is not good, they are not good. But it is not so. All are good. Every culture is made in such a way that all are behaving very nice. We have to understand each and every one. Then visualizing and decision making. So we should visualize the problem and we should understand what is that. Not only just writing one equation. We should also understand how this equation will be visualized in the real scene. How we can make the product which can be used for the society and how this equation of math or physics, any formulations or the theory or any laws, how this can be visualized for the decision, and also how decision can be made. These all things we have to understand, knowing how and when use technology. Also, these skills also, the existing technology, we should explain to the students that this technology can be used for the some so and so purpose. So how this thing can be used, and all appropriate technical tools, computational tools, experimental tools, mathematical tools, all the tools, how we can use. These are the 6 very important 21st or modern skills which every student has to understand. Then only you should proceed further for the enhancement of the knowledge. One education researcher, Sylvia Koch, has given this quotation. I am just quoting here. One of the major advantages of project work is that it makes school, colleges more like a real life. It is an in-depth investigation of a real world topic worthy of student attention and efforts. So if we make the project-based learning, so major advantage is what? That the school and college will not be like only reading and doing some equations or mathematics, solving some mathematics problems. Student will feel that, yeah, it is a real world problem and we are going to investigate, we are going to understand, and we are going to solve the problem of the society. So student will get a lot of energy and they will have very good feel. So in this way, the project-based learning is very important. So now I will go for the advantages of the project-based learning. So in this project-based learning and technology use brings a new relevance to the learning at hand. So this is the first heading of the advantages. So what advantages we are going to get? So students are encouraged to become independent workers, critical thinkers, and lifelong learners. Very, very important advantages. Students will be independent worker. They will not depend on the parents. They will not be dependent upon the teacher. They will not depend upon their colleagues also. Their own, they will be working as per their interest, as per their approach. Then they can become a critical thinker. Because if they do something, they will do some mistake and they will understand that, okay, if I do like this, it is not good. So by doing something, they will learn some new methods and their thinking level will be also enhanced and they will understand that how to go ahead. And lifelong learner. And this type of procedure, student will always try to learn. Not only in this year or the next year or next year, after passing out of the school also or the college, further in the industry or wherever they will work, they will shine and they will try to make something new and they will give this knowledge to their subordinates. They will give to the society or the community in which way they are working. Breaking down invisible barrier such as isolation of the classroom, fear of embarking on an unfamiliar process, and lack of assurance of success. So, what happens in the present situation? We are just working in the classroom. 40 students or 60 students are there in the class, and just a teacher will come and he will or she will explain something and she will go. Students will only, up to that time, they will be somewhere they're remembering, and after that, they will forget. So, in whole day, they are in one class. So, they will feel very boring. Same day, same teacher, same type of board, same thing. Every time they will have. So, the isolation of the classroom will be diminished. They will go away from the classroom. Fear of embarking an unfamiliar process. So, the fear of unfamiliar process will be going because they will learn the process and lack of assurance of the success. And if they do something, they are 100% sure that they are going to get the success. They are going to make some model. They are going to make some study, some research work, and this can be used for the people. So lack of assurance will be also reduced. Next is the PBL lends itself to authentic assessment. So next very important advantage is that itself they will be able to assess that if you are able to make means you are success. If you are not able to make, you are not success. So you will try to make further some modification and you will try again. You will try again. And one day you will get the success. So the assessment process is quite good. So authentic assessment and evaluation allows us to systematically document a child's progress and the development. So for the teacher also, if you see that a student is performing as per the step by step, it is proceeding ahead. You can assess and it is authentic. It is proved. Otherwise, there is some chances of partiality. You are not able to judge. Writing, passing the exam, getting high mark is not the proper assessment. You can assess in the project-based learning how the students are progressing, how they are able to make the product, how nicely it is useful. So, authentic assessment and evaluation allows us to systematically document a child's progress and development. PBL encourages this by doing the following. So, how this thing PBL is useful? PBL, it lets the teacher have multiple assessment opportunity. In this, what happened? It is not only the correction of your answer sheet. By seeing your way of approach, your discussion with your classmates, your other people, teacher will get that, yeah, he is doing very good work. So, assessment is quietly easy. And it is multiple layers of the systems of the assessments are there. It allows a child to demonstrate his or her capability while working independently. So, if you give some project and child is doing, students are doing the work, so you can see that how they are working, how they are progressing, how they are putting their heart and soul for the getting the output. So it shows the child's ability to apply deserved skills such as doing research. So child ability to apply desired excel. So in this process, a teacher can see how the student is using the skill to develop the product, to make sure that the project is planned properly, executed properly, analyzed, evaluated, and after that created. So in which level he is or she is. So you can assess it very, very practical way. It is in front of you. Not only the teacher, the other person or other expert who see your product, they can assess you that you are in which level. So it is very easy for the teacher and the assessment authority also to authentic assessment is provided. It develops the child's ability to work with his or her peer, building teamwork and group skills. So you can also assess by his or her peers, building teamwork and group skills. Just I want to say something here that in India, the new education policy also gives chance to assess your classmate. The 15% of the marks are given by your classmates only. So the student will present the work and its behavior, its way of living in class, all things will be assessed and your classmates will be assessing. This type of method is applied in our new education policy, but this type of system were already existing 20-30 years back in all the European, America and other developed country. This type of method is already followed from long back. It allows the teachers to learn more about the child as a person. So for the teacher also to learn that how this student is performing, how nicely it is progressing in its endeavor to finish this project. So it is very good for the teacher also to go ahead and assess as a child, as a person, not as a student. It helps the teacher communicate in progressive and meaningful ways with the child or a group of children on a range of issues. So if this type of method we follow, then the teacher can communicate exact progress and the method what the student is applying or the child is applying for the group of the child or the range of issues. So all type of issues the faculty or the teacher can understand and they can assess very well. Now next also it is advantages only. So PBL promotes lifelong learning. So this is another advantages. So in this lifelong learning means not only the school or not in the college, after college also in your workplace, in your home or anywhere. If you learn like a project-based learning, you can do your work very nicely and this will be very fruitful, very useful for the society. So PBL and the use of technology enable students, teachers and administration to reach out beyond the schooly building. So what happens that you will not only work in that school class or in your college or your school, you can go beyond outside of the school and do your some work and show to the other people that if you use this type of technology, it will be very useful. So it is very interactive. Next, student become engaged builder of a new knowledge based and become active lifelong learner. So engaged builder. So the students are not only just reading and the writing, they are engaged for building something. In the society, they can develop some new thoughts, new concept, new solution of the problem they can build. So they are called engaged builder of a new knowledge based and become active lifelong learner. So in this way, they will be very active and they can be a lifelong learner. PBL teaches children to take control of their learning. The first step as a lifelong learning. So in this project-based learning, students will learn how to control our learning, how to go ahead. And this is the first step towards the lifelong learning of the system. Next advantage is PBL accommodates students with varying learning style and the differences. This is also very important, as I have told you that in different community, different types of people, if you club them together and they all have to work, so it accommodates students with varying learning styles and the differences. Here if you see, we are living in a new economy powered by technology, fueled by information and driven by knowledge. So it is from US Department of Labor. So in this new economy powered by the technology, so this is the new economy. Technology also, you should understand the economy of the country, economy of the college, economy of yourself, how your parents are working and what type of technology is used, fueled by information. Different types of information. Nowadays we are in the different social platform like LinkedIn, WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram and all. From there also you can get the information, but you should be able to analyze that this information is correct or not and driven by the knowledge. So this knowledge also, so these four things are very important. First is economy, then technology, then information and then knowledge. Build their knowledge on varying background and experiences. So the PBL makes sure that in different varying background, some are the rich, some are the poor, some are the middle class, some are from high society, some are the mediums, some are, all have to work together. They all have to understand that how to live together, how to get the knowledge of other experiences. So take that experience and enhance the skill. Recognize that children have a broader range of capability. this also recognizes that not only learning in the book, doing some experiment in lab, not beyond that also people may have a lot of expertise. Students may have a lot of, children may have a lot of new things to do. Use all modalities in the process of researching and solving a problem. So all type of methods, models to solve the problem they have to show. Use their areas of strength they achieve at a higher level. So use their strength, whatever they have achieved during their studies. Research support PBL. Research supports PBL. So if you know the PBL in your research work, in your further studies, when you go for higher studies, it will be very much useful. And it makes also that students are more present. Absentees are decreased in the class. Increase in cooperative learning. Working together with each different groups also increased. And improvement in student achievement. So if you follow the project-based learning, it supports the research. The absentees in the class will be reduced. Cooperative learning will be increased. And student achievement will be more. More achievement will be there because you are giving some more things for the students, and in this way you are going to achieve something new. Now this was our some introduction. Now I will go some essential elements of the project based learning. So here we can see that we can divide into 6 parts. The first one is, upper one is the significant content, and in this the bottom one is a 21st century skills. Just now I have discussed. In this we should have need to know, voice and the choice, and the revision and the reflection. If you see here the significant content, we have the public audience, we have the in-depth inquiry, and we have the driving question. So we can start from here, driving question, then in-depth inquiry, then we have the public audience. In this we can go need to know, then voice and the choice, and this 3. So in this way, these are the 6 elements, and these elements can be divided into the 2 groups. One is the significant content, another is the 21st century skills. So this diagram is from the reference one which I have taken. Now I am going to discuss about phases of the flight, phases of the project-based learning. Sorry, because I always teach the aeronautical subject, so sometimes my flight word will come. So ignore for that. Phases of the project-based learning. So in this we have the 4 phases, and the 4 phases are given here. First is the launch of the project. In this launch of the project, we have the entry, event, and driving questions. 2 are there. Then we have the build knowledge, understanding, and skill to answer the driving question. So driving question is very important. Means what problem you want to solve. So this is launching of the project. In this launching, entry, event, first you have to do some research, find out the driving question, the second step. Then build the knowledge on that topic, understand it, and skills to answer driving questions. Then goes to the third step, third phase, develop and revise the product and answer the driving question. Then fourth, it is going to present products that answer your driving question. The last step is to make the product which is answering this question. Question means what? It is a problem statement. Problem. What problem you are going to solve? Then you have to go to build the knowledge on that. Understand and skill to answer the driving question. Then develop the idea, develop the method, develop the procedure, and revise the product. Then you revise it and answer your driving question. If you are able to do the third step, then you are going to, your product is ready, and you present your product to the audience, to the community, to the society where this product, and also make sure that your driving question is answered and it solves the question which you have given as a problem. Now I will start the first phase here. This launch product. This is called entry event, and this here first phase, launch of the project. So here we have the two things, entry event and driving question. So what is the meaning of event entry? Catches the interest of the student. So event entry means, like the problem, you have to give them some interest. The faculty and the teacher has to generate some interest on the student. Form of a video, lively discussion, a guest speaker, a field trip, or a compelling scenario. So how you will generate the entry level? This entry level is to be generated. You have to give some video lectures, some discussion with the students. You can call some industry people or some expert on that. He or she will speak. You can go to the area where these problems are existing and how they are doing the work, or a compelling scenario you have to visit. Then you have to formulate your question. That is called the driving question. This should be open-ended. It should be well known. It should be interesting. It should not be very obsolete type of thing. And also, I will tell that your Google question should not be this. Driving question should not be in Google. It should not be in the Google. You should frame your driving question in such a way that you should not find answer in the online search. If answer is there, then you are not going to get any knowledge. Your driving question should be in such a way that you should solve some problem. So, it should be in such a way that you should have open-end, you should have interesting, encompasses the challenge. You should also have some challenges, issues, and drives exploration, which makes sure that you are learning. You are trying to solve by your own, doing some activities. So drive exploration. So these are the launch of the project. So in entry level, we have to see that students, you create some story, create something, show some video, make some live discussion, call some guest speaker, arrange some field trip, and make some scenario where the students are able to see the exact situation where what they want to do. Then let them find the question. A teacher should not give them the problem. They should find their own problem by seeing event in entry level. If they are able to see the problem, surely they will understand that how to go ahead. If they are not seeing the problem, no use. No use of putting the people on the project-based learning. So students should go inside. In Hindi, I want to say that जिन ढूंढा तिन पाइयां गहरे पानी पैठ. The person can find if you go inside the deep. If you are not going inside the river, you cannot find out. If you want to go inside the deep of the water, then only you will get some good items. Good things are there inside the deep. So try to swim inside the water. Then only you are going to get. Then you have to open-ended, interesting topic, encompasses the challenge, should face some challenge, and driving exploration, drives exploration. Try to invent something, try to do something new. Then only you are going to learn. So here, as I have discussed here, we have to driving questions. So if this driving questions are there. So how to frame the question? Some examples are here. One example is given here. Forces and interactions, pushes and the pulls. These are the one question. Forces and interaction, pushes and the push. Forces may be pulled like this or it can push. So how we can discuss? How can you as an engineer create a teaching item about Rube Goldberg machine that includes pushes and pulls that change the speed or direction of the object? How can your machine exhibit your individuality and self-identity? So here is one question, and this question has to be create a teaching item, means you have to generate a teaching item for the push and pull. Change the speed, which can change the speed or the direction of the object. How can your machine exhibit your individuality and the self-identity? So in this, exhibit individuality and the self, means it should not exist. You make some machine, and how this can be useful for the society, for your class or some other classes. So it is very much essential to have such type of things. So here, same question, how we can handle. So here, entry event. This you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, and forces and interaction, pushes and the pulls. These two shall pass by OK and the go. Images from OK and go. These two shall pass Wikipedia pages. It is taken from there. This you can see 1, 2, 3, and 4. These are the one batch, and this is a machine. This machine is having like some water gun. These guns will eject different colors. Here it is shown as a yellow, blue, red, and the green. They are throwing this color, and you will feel some push or the pull. So if you are ejecting from here, so it will be push. So you will experience. You can see the different diameter here, small diameter, bigger diameter, and accordingly you will face some different types of pull and the push. In Holi we use this type of guns for the colors. You take the different 4 types of this Holi gun and put different colors and put on the different 4 friends, and this you can make a very learning machine in your class. Not only by the real person, you can put some membrane or some paper, and there you can see how it is reflecting, how it is going back. So it is my idea, I am just presenting here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, you put some paper and you eject from here with a different diameter and different size of these guns. Hindi mein it is called the pichkari. So you take that color gun and you just press it. Here you make a same size, same material, and from behind you can take the camera and this record it. You will get which gun is making more force, more push. This you can find out. So the problem of this thing, and also this you can see here, these hands, different directions will give a different approach of the, if you are traveling in a car and you are putting hand like this or like this or like this, you have different types of pull and the push. So it is a small project which you can do, and you can show, you can make your own machine, which I have just now explained. Now I am now in the second phase, launch project. is completed. Now I am going for the build knowledge and understanding skills to answer your question. So now you have to build knowledge and understand and skill to answer your driving question. So this is the significant content. So what the content you have to have in this? So here we have the project focuses on crucial knowledge and the skill. So first, what type of content you have to understand and read? Project focuses on crucial knowledge and the skills. It stems from standards of the subject area. In which subject area it is falling and from where standards and what type of material you have to read it. And what you need to know? Driving questions and entry events, which I have shown in the first here. Here in the first one, it is shown here. So this you have to driving questions and the entry event you have to see. Crucial knowledge and the skill required for this type of your question, driving question, needed to create the solution to the challenge. So what type of solution we have to create and what challenge we may able to face, this also we have to need to know before we start any work. Then we should ask in-depth inquiry, asking the questions, using resources, developing solution of the problem. This also we have to see. Next is the significant content, which we have seen here. Significant content, what we have to know. So here we have to develop the plan and conduct an investigation to compare the effects of different strength or different direction of pushes. So in the gun, which direction? Plan and conduct an investigation to compare the effects of different strength or different direction of the pushes. So in which direction you are putting 30 degree, 20 degree, 40 degree, you can design. Analyze data to determine if a design solution works as intended to change the speed or direction of an object with a push or a pull. So you can make one turbine, paper turbine, put this thing and see that how much it is turning. And if you are making with this direction or different angles, you can make it and this you can demonstrate. It is a very simple thing. Now I am going to the third phase. In the third phase, this is the first phase, launch project. In this we have the entry event and the driving question. In the second phase, we have the build knowledge and understanding and the skills to answer the questions. Now I am in the third stage or the third phase, develop and the revise product and answer DQ, driving questions. So now knowledge we have gained. Now you develop and revise the product. So first you develop and if you feel that it is not good, you change the shape and other thing and you understand the thought. So in this, voice and the choice. Given the choices of what type of product we have to make, different choices you have to make, process of developing their solutions, how time is used, how much time it is using for finding the solution, factor in age level and PBL experience. So that is also we have to understand that what type of students are there and how much PBL experience, project-based learning experience you have. That type of thoughts you have to develop. Next is in the third phase is critique and the revision. So if you see that my product is not good, you should say that my product is not good. Or my product need here some modification. It is not looking beauty. So you have to develop some other shape where the result is same but look also good. So you have to make the habit of criticizing your and also listen the critics of the others also. If anyone is giving some critics on your product, try to listen it. And then you see that whether it is a good critic which is really improving your product or not. So continuously give and receive feedback on quality of work, involves revisions, involves additional inquiry. So this you have to make sure that the additional inquiry if required, try to get it, try to find out it. Now 21st century competencies. So now modern is what things you required: problem solving, you should able to solve your problem. Critical thinking, your thinking should be very typical, not a simple thinking. Collaboration and the communication, you should collaborate with the different types of people and get the idea. Try to communicate your product, your thoughts, and you should also get the thought of them also. Creativity and innovation, these are the 21st century modern competency that every learner of project-based system has to have this type of competency. Then only they are going to develop the product. Now I am in the final phase, and in the final phase you can see that we have done with launch of the product with entry and event level, driving questions. Then we have done the build knowledge, understanding. Then we have done this, develop and the revise. Now we are in the fourth. This is the fourth and the last phase. This is the third phase. This is the second phase, and this is the first phase. So in this present product that answers your driving questions. So now after this development, critiques and all, you again make sure that it is modified, and then you present your product with your examiner, your public, with the stakeholder, with the PS in the college or in other industrial atmosphere, and product your things. So here, who are the public audience? You have the showcase your product beyond the classroom. You should go away from the college. You should show some expo. Your product should be shown in some exhibitions or some other people. Fair or exhibitions, parents, peers, experts, global community. You should upload your product in a YouTube channel. Okay? Motivation to create high quality product. So this will motivate that you are able to demonstrate a high quality product in this way. So a special thanks I am giving to Erin Curtis and BIE. From there I have taken this lecture, some part. And in the next topic I am going to cover what is the project based learning, some research on the PBL, features of the PBL, PBL roles, adoption for the gifted, experimental design component, student experimental guide. These are my references, and any questions you are welcome to ask. My email is ydwivedi@gmail.com. You are welcome to ask any question. Thank you very much for joining. Be tuned. I will be delivering some 20 to 25 lectures on project-based learning. I will be also giving some real project with my student. These students' project will be really useful, how they have gone and how they have made the product and how they have done the research work and how they have published the paper. Thank you very much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.